So in this video, we're going to talk about essential oils, and this is the third time in a week I've done the same darn video because I lay in bed at night and realize I should have said this and I should have said that and blah, blah. But the fact is that the purpose of the video is to talk about these refill kits on the essential oils for the different nosework cases that we sell. We put this one together and we've sold these cases, this one since 2017. And we've made our own cases for several years now with 3D printing. There is, in my opinion, inaccurate information that floats through the nosework community about how long essential oils last before they go bad. And when they go bad, they're basically turning rancid. And one of the things that we do with ours, when we do this and we have these oils, what we do is we don't fill these kits, the oil in these kits, until when we send them out. So they start off with a long lifetime. But the point is that if you read the specs from the manufacturer, and I want to read it to you because it's dead wrong. For dog trainers, it's dead wrong. And I'll tell you why in a minute, because I got it all here. Here it is. There's like 7, 8 different oils. For example, from the manufacturer for anise, they say it'll last 2 to 5 years. Wrong. Birch, 1 to 2 years. Wrong. Clove, up to 4 years. Not accurate. Cypress, 1 to 2 years. Wintergreen, up to 5 years. Pine, 2 to 3 years. Vetiver, 3 to 8 years. To get your best life expectancy out of these oils is to keep them in a tight container, in a cool area, in a dark area. What dog trainer is going to do that? Every time they open this vial, they're exposing it to a different environment. And what does a dog trainer do when they're done training their dogs with their training kit? They're going to put it in their training bag and throw it in the back of their car. Is that a cool, dry area? I don't think so. And if you've ever smelled rancid essential oils, you're going to know, because we have bought oils where we would get, I remember we got a couple of gallons shipped to us from a supplier that we paid a lot of money for, and it was rancid right out of the bat. So I don't know how long that had been sitting on their shelf, but we sent it back and got our money back. So we're kind of picky about what kind of oils we use, and that's why we have sold, and we do sell, have sold, individual drams, but it gets to be kind of a pain because just buying 1 dram and then paying the shipping on it, the fact is you can buy a whole refill kit for one of these training boxes for not a lot of money. And that's the way to go. What you should do is get in a habit of learning how to use your training equipment. One of them is people use too much essential oils when they do their training. The way to do it is to take an essential oil with the eyedropper that we have, because they make really little drops. Take it and put 1 drop on the end of a Q-tip. You don't need 2 drops. You only need 1. Because this stuff is stinky. I don't have a good sense of smell because 40 years ago, when I got out of college, I worked for a company in coin-op and built coin-operated laundries for the company, and was around dry cleaning food too long, so I don't smell very good. A lot of people, what they will do is they'll take a Q-tip like this, they'll dip it in it, put it in the box, and they think, oh, okay, I can just leave that there and I can use that box because it stinks so much for a long period of time. So they'll put the Q-tip in here and they'll put it back in the case, and then they'll go through multiple different training sessions because they smell it. No, it smells good. You know, I'm sorry, that's wrong, because dogs don't smell the way people smell. They just don't do it. Their nose is so much stronger than ours, and when something starts to turn and go rancid, it has a different smell. Why kid yourself over just a few dollars? You want to do this right. It costs you a lot of money to go to a nosework, scent work competition, spend the night, whatever, drive a long distance, and then have your dog not do it correctly. Just not worth it. There's reasons for doing the things that we're talking about doing, and even today we're seeing more and more people that are making little odor kits on 3D printers and putting them on Etsy and whatever. And the problem is, we learned a number of years ago that filament is not the same for all filament. There are brands of filament, and we went through a number of different brands of filament that were classified commercial. This is one of them. Look what happens here. It comes apart. Another one. It comes apart and it's sticky, and it hasn't even been around the essential oils very long for it to happen that way. And they're soft. When you compare them to this is a hard plastic. And we test them by taking these and putting them in a full jar of, for example, birch. I just brought these over from our lab to give you an idea of how we test them. And this has been in for almost 5 months now. This one's been in for 4 months. And we're going to leave them. They just sit on the shelf to see how long, if they even will start to disintegrate over time. That doesn't mean that you don't keep them clean. You should clean your training materials depending upon how often you use them. If you're using it correctly, using the eyedroppers, use Dawn dish soap and hot water. Do the whole thing for your box. You don't have to do it every week. You don't have to do it every 2 weeks. But it doesn't hurt to do it every now and then, and it doesn't hurt to clean these every now and then. And at the end of the day, throw the Q-tip away. These kits, when they come with like 100 Q-tips in them. Q-tips don't cost anything. They're just cut to fit in this deal. So there you have it. I just think it's very important for people to understand when I watched a YouTube video the other day, and this lady, I'm sure she was a very nice lady, but she bought into the manufacturer's life expectancy of the essential oil and said, oh yeah, this is going to last you for 6 years. Wrong. It's not going to last for 6 years. You might be well advised to change your odor oils out at least every year, at the minimum every year, and keep everything clean. And then you're going to be successful, because nosework is a great sport. It's one of the fastest growing dog sports in the United States. I was a canine handler in the Sheriff's Department for 10 years, handled 3 different dogs over that 10-year period, and I loved it. From the law enforcement standpoint, the nosework is fun. It's a game. The dogs love it. They live through their nose, and you'll see when you take them out and train with them and bring them back in from a training session, they're tired. It's a lot of energy for them. They use their noses for their whole life. And this is a way of doing really cool things with any breed, any size of dog. I'm going to do more videos here for new people that have never trained a scent work dog before in the coming weeks, to show them what equipment you need to start with. And then we're going to talk about specific little problems and how to deal with it. We do sell a couple of very good training videos for people that want to do scent work, nose work. And you can read about them. We'll put the URL at the end of this video, along with the URL on how to get these refill kits.